Hello, I'm Greg Harrison with USDA Market News Service with your National Feeder Cattle Summary this week. Compared to last week, yearlings traded mostly firm to $5 higher. We got instances $6 to $8 higher this week throughout the Midwest and through the Northern Plains. Calves this week were lightly tested nationwide, as mostly in the Southeast markets trading steady to $5 higher. Once again this week, weather curtailed receipts throughout the Southwest and Southeast as snow and ice storms came back in, with March roaring in like a lion in that part of the country, and this caused a lot of our major markets in that part of the country to have very limited receipts, especially at the Oklahoma National Stockyards in Oklahoma City, Joplin Regional Stockyards, and Ozark Regional Stockyards in West Plains, Missouri all had very limited receipts with no comparisons. In the Midwest and Northern Plains, where receipts were good to modest, buyers were very aggressive to own feeders. Most of the feeders in this part of the country were weighing over 600 pounds, in that 600 to 850 pound range, but all sold with very good demand this week. Long time weaned, fully vaccinated, froze out short yearlings, and any cattle that are thin fleshed and have good weighing conditions sold very well this week. We've also seen a lot of good quality cattle carrying some moderate flesh selling also higher this week. At the St. Joe Stockyards on Wednesday, they sold near 200 head of 700 750 pound steers, averaging 725 pounds. It sold with a weighted average of 235.30. They sold near a potload of fancy blacks weighing 711 pounds at top this scales at $2.40, and a potload of steers weighing 752 pounds at $2.35. Cattle futures this week, both live and feeders, finally held on to some very impressive gains, hitting on all cylinders for once. Warmer weather could have warmed the hearts of certainly the attitudes of buyers, as negative news that we've been having week after week and continued selling into futures were pretty much put on hold this week. The cattle complex, though, still remains volatile, and trying to get too comfortable and thinking that we've hit a bottom might want to have some caution there and just hope that we can continue this market higher. Bears did come back out on Tuesday with some sharp losses, but on Wednesday, feeder futures really stormed back with some mega limit move higher. Also good gains again on Thursday, perhaps looking at temperatures to reach in the 40s and up in the 60s by the weekend, and that also reaching into next week as well through much of the U.S. And looking at box beef still had gains this week, but rally starting to slow down a little after 2 weeks of very good gains. Analysts kind of wondering maybe if the current rally is starting to drift a little bit sideways or until at least seasonal demand picks up in April. Spring weather can create intentions that consumers will dine out more and start to grill, and we're also starting daylight saving times this week. So this week we had a very good week in the yearling market, calf market, where they were pliable. Futures were very good this week, and hopefully the good news will continue into next week. And looking at some regional weighted averages this week, in the north central region, 600-700 pound steers traded $2 higher this week, averaging $239.37. 700 to 800 pound steers also traded $2 higher at $217.33. 800 to 900 pound steers in the north central regions traded $5 higher at $199.51. They're looking at some prices in the south central regions. 500 to 600 pound steers traded $2 higher at $264.99. 600 to 700 pound steers $6 higher at $236.68, and 700 to 800 pound steers trading $4 higher at $210.08. And that's your markets for this week. Be back with you next week. Thanks for listening, and talk to you next week.